Hello, my name is Jessica Vasquez, and this is BRE-100. I'm going to discuss what I learned in Chapter 7, which is Property Management, Landlord and Tenant. So one of the things that we should always remember is the word land, which is length of time of duration of the lease to the amount of rent, and 3 names of the parties, and for the description of the property. So one of the other things that this chapter goes over is what it is, what you need when you're leasing a property. For example, you may be asked to secure a deposit, and that deposit can range from 1 month to up to 2 months of rent. There is a term that they use, which is rent control. Yeah, rent control, which is government regulation of the amount that a landlord may charge tenants. And it is usually the form of restrictions by the percentage of annual increases in rental payments. This chapter also goes over what a property manager requires, which for an on-site manager, you do not need to have a license. Okay, and one of the other things that interests me in this chapter is several ways that a lease can be broken. And these are the 7 things that can breach that contract, which are: number 1, expiration of the term. So just making sure that there is a date on the lease. Number 2, which is the lack of quiet possession. 3 is repairs of habitability. 4, eviction or operation of law. 5, destruction of the premises. 6, breach of conditions. And 7, render and abandonment. So with that being said, when a landlord has placed pretty much an eviction notice, you do have 3 days to vacate the property. And if you do not vacate, then the landlord has to take the proper precautions in how to make you leave the property, which normally requires, at that time, sheriff's assistant. As far as the landlord, they're not allowed to turn off your utilities. They're not allowed to close the doors, change the lock, break any windows or any such matter. They're not allowed to keep any of your possessions. So this is something to look out for. Another thing that kind of caught my attention is when there is a pest control situation on a property, they have to let all the tenants know of the pest infestation. So just be aware that if that scenario happens, you are required by law to be notified. And I am not sure if this is considered a breach of contract. I'm not quite sure if on their end, if they were not to disclose this information. So those are the few things that I learned from Chapter 7. So have a great evening, everybody.